live, and this week, hopefully, I haven't gotten any alerts, so maybe this is also going to YouTube, which would be pretty darn cool. But if it's not, that's all right. At least it's going into the Facebook group, and I can't see you where you are if you're commenting or anything, but I doing my usual thing anyway. So, for those of you who might be watching from YouTube, my name is Penny. I am the owner of Mew Mew House, which is a retirement home and hospice for cats. Like this cat here, this is Spell. Hello. She's going to help me today. She doesn't know this yet, but she's going to help me today. And I go live, mouthful of hair. I go live every Wednesday to talk about cat stuff. And I know I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again today, which is important. Today is about trimming nails. So first, before I start talking about trimming nails, I'd be interested to know where you're watching from. Drop a comment letting me know where you are, and use hashtag live if you're watching this live, or hashtag replay if you're watching this after the fact, because this will be a recording in the Facebook group. And if you're not in the Facebook group, if you're watching from YouTube, you can go ahead and say, hey, I'm watching from YouTube, or hey, I'm watching from Facebook. I'd be interested to know, but I'm not going to be able to see any comments, and that's okay. Let's not worry about that right now. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is trimming claws. Because if you have a little house panther, she looks angry, she always does, they have claws. She's also drooling. That's what we call love sprinkles, because she's a lover, and when she's purring and happy, she drools. She runs like a faucet. So what I see in a lot of the cat groups is people basically freaking out because, oh my gosh, I've got to trim my cat's nails. I thought their nails trimmed themselves, and so on. And yeah, they don't. So why should we trim nails? Well, there's a lot of good reasons. One is to help them, of course, stay nice and short. But also, sometimes their nails get caught on things. Like, I've had cats caught on the carpet. It's really sad. They also get caught on each other if they get mad, or they get caught on you. I have a healing wound right here from a cat whose nails need to be trimmed. And so the first thing I'm going to do is give you a bit of the mechanics of how you trim nails, and trying to decide if I should just demonstrate first, or if I should pull out the model and show you what you're doing instead. But I think, well, Spell always looks angry. That is her happy face. It really is. I'm sorry, little girl. So let's talk about maybe a demonstration first. Well, are you holding on? Yeah, I know. Yes, you are a very good kitty. Here, let go. She needs her nails trimmed. She's got me good. So, okay, let's talk about trimming nails. Yes, you're running away. I'm not going to trim all of them. I'm only going to trim a couple, just so I can demonstrate this. And what you do to trim nails, you get their little paw, you tell them you love them, and you squish their foot a little bit gently, and the claws should pop out. Now, Spell has some fairly long fur, but it's a gentle push. You're not like really pushing hard, but the toes should, there you go, thank you. The little claws should pop out. And this is basically how they retract their claws, because their feet are usually bent, and I'll show you that on the skeleton I have here. But then you stretch them out, and the claws come out. I know. The next thing you need to have, and in my house, because I have so many cats, I have a million pairs of scissors. There's various kinds of clippers that you can use. But the way you do the trimming, I'm going to kind of stand up here so that you can see. The ceiling is kind of low. So hold on, kitty cat. I'm going to turn the camera. so you can see what I'm doing. I squish their little toe and then trim just a bit. Squish their little toe. Get me a nail. Trim just a little bit. Squish and trim. All right, I only did 3. There are 5 on the front and 4 on the back of each paw. Now she's just going to sit there. My hands are empty and she's like, okay, I'm chilling. All right, let's go back to the foot model here. Here's the foot model, and here's what you're doing. When you're holding the cat's paw, you're pushing ever so gently right there because their feet are naturally like this. And when you push it out, the toes come out. Now, this part right here. So we have on our hands, and this is a hind leg. Okay, she's going to go for a walk now. With a cat, and we can use, this is the hind foot, but that's okay. I'll turn this so you don't have the thing. Here's their heel. This is the equivalent of our little heel. There's where the Achilles tendon is. And then the base of the foot, the arch in us. And then we have 1, 2, 3 bones in each toe, just like us, our toes and our fingers. So we have 1, 2, 3 bones. So in cats, the way their feet are done is that it bends kind of like that. Okay, I can't bend my little finger back like that, but then they're standing up straight, and it makes it kind of an arch because they're standing just on their toes. All right, so this last digit here, this last phalanx, is actually their claw. So when you look at here, you can see that here is the bone, the closest up bone. Oh, here, I can see my finger here too. So here's this bone is the same as this bone. This bone is the same as this one that's basically vertical. And then the one at the very end that has a nail on it is just like them. It's a bone that's shaped like a claw, but then has the nail, which is the claw that we're trimming over the top of it. Okay, so when you're trimming your cat's nails, you're pushing down on this, causing their toes to stretch out, and then it exposes, makes it easier to find the claw, and then you trim it. The trick is that you only want to trim the tip of the claw and not trim all the way back to the bone. And you'll know it, first of all,